Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ask the Author Friday. I am your host. I am Kent Brindley. Ask the Author Friday remains my weekly fireside chat with you all to talk about basically anything under the sun. If you all enjoy this content, feel free to subscribe. If you'd like to participate in this content, feel free to submit a question in the comments. I'll get around to it. Thanks. Here we go. Ask the Author Friday. How's your resolution coming? The resolution had a lot to do with, winning back an old friendship, and I just now realized that I'm going to need to do some self-care first, so it's not really going anywhere. I'm going to need to do some more self-care than I originally thought, and I learned that a couple nights ago, so that's where that is. That's where we are with the resolution right now. What type of fiction would you do best in? What brand of fiction would I do best in as a character? I would do a lot better in, say, general coming-of-age fiction versus sci-fi, fantasy, sword and sorcery fiction. Or superhero fiction, for that matter. I would not do well in sci-fi, fantasy, superhero fiction. Suspense slasher fiction, even worse. No. Suspense slasher fiction would not be the forte for me as a character. Pick your fictional world. Pick my fictional world? Okay. My fictional world. Okay. Forgetting what I just said about sword and sorcery fantasy fiction, I'd pick Eternia. I'd wander around Eternia a little bit. See the Evergreen Forest. See Castle Grayskull. Cheer on the heroic warriors against Skeletor and his evil warriors. In combat, they're on their own. I'd be glad to be just a citizen there in their corner to encourage them. Favorite comic books. I wasn't much into Marvel or DC, but along came Star Comics to write Masters of the Universe and Thundercats, among other things. And these particular comics were good books. Masters of the Universe number, I think, 1, number 3, and Thundercats 2 and 18. You know, I always loved Thundercats number 4 as well, and I can't seem to find my copy of it. Or as far as Marvel Comics went, there was a single issue of G.I. Joe that I always loved, but I was just never really into reading like Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Green Lantern, Iron Man. That stuff I saw on TV or I saw in the movies. Best thing to do on a snow day, curl up in front of a good movie or with a good book. Curl up in front of a fire. Tobogganing, snowball fights, frosty, snow forts, those days are behind me. song that you currently daydream to. A song that I currently daydream to, and I can't stop daydreaming to it. Rockin' a Hard Place by Bailey Zimmerman. I can't shake the image of my specific person, my current specific person. And I digress when I'm trying to save years of friendship, which was all we ever had. Well, it used to be Hold You Tonight by Gryphon and Chris Lane, but that was a different specific person. That was the past. Anyway, here we are. Song that I daydream to. Favorite Sunday comics. Mr. Calvin and Mr. Hobbes. Calvin and Hobbes. Favorite Sunday funnies. Garfield and maybe Heathcliff take a close second. Well, this has been Ask the Author Friday. If you have any questions for future weeks, feel free to submit them down below. If you enjoy this content, feel free to subscribe. Thanks. Travel safely out there, world. Peace.